let's talk about dirt pedals. I might have them a little bit overrepresented in my board. So I've got dirt, 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 and dirt. Let's talk about my signal path for a second. We go, if I'm not using the hammer or the Todd, which I probably wouldn't be most of the time, I'm going wah, Mythical Overdrive, which is a Klon clone, the Timmy, love the Timmy, my BYOC compressor that I bought on Craigslist for $40. It was a hell of a deal. My envelope filter, the full tone full drive FD1, full tone Deja Vibe, love it. This pedal, bought it used off Craigslist. I'm pretty sure that it's a Love pedal, Church of Tone, Little China, 50. And I don't use it that much as a dirt, but I'll talk about what I use it for later. My Black Box 2. Black Box 2 is really one of the first pedals I bought. I've been buying pedals for about 5 years now. Got it for my birthday, I think in 2017, maybe 2018, can't remember. The Black Rat, the hardwire delay, the secret preamp I pretty much leave on all the time because it just makes everything sound better all the time. Let's try it without. That's nothing, no pedals on. And then that crappy Behringer flanger that I don't really even want on there, but I just needed that one other effect. So, overdrives. Mythical Overdrive, it's a pedal I wanted a Klon for about the longest time because they just seem cool. The mystique behind the Klon is, you know, a $5,000 pedal. It wasn't $5 when I bought this. I think Klons were only selling for about $2 at that time. But what I use the Mythical Overdrive for is it really has that kind of mid-rangey character that I have a hard time really putting up with it on its own for most things, but if I'm playing it really keeps up with low notes and holds them together really nicely. A lot of other pedals might fall apart at that point, but I find that the Mythical Overdrive really just has a lot of kind of balls on those low strings. But I use it to stack into a lot of other stuff, so I'll get to that later. But otherwise, generally the tone. I don't put a lot of distortion, I don't put a lot of gain on really most of my overdrives. The Rat would be the only exception generally, but in fact, that's a little more gain than usually what I would put on. Got a nice helicopter flying overhead. Point that out. So I set pretty much all my overdrive pedals for unity gain. I just don't like a lot of surprises going on, and my amp has a lot of headroom, so I don't need the volume for the most part. There's one exception, I'll get into that later. But not a lot of overdrive on this thing. That's probably about the most out of any of my pedals, and I tend to adjust them as I go, you know, to taste or whatever. But I guess it's sounding pretty good to me right now. Generally, I have a little bit of a hard time, especially if let's try the bridge pickup. I find I have to play a little softer because I think it lets a little more of the hardness of the telly through, the kind of that snap. A little bit of an unforgiving kind of element to it, so I have to play really gently, unless I want it to just sound like hard. You can even hear it a little bit out of control. So it kind of has an edge to it. You gotta watch it. Anyway, that's it. Timmy. I love this Timmy. So I bought this directly from Paul Cochrane. You see him all over the internet for sale for like $300 or whatever, just like crazy prices. I don't know. This was a blem, like a B-stock model, and I can't find anything wrong with it. But I just think Paul Cochrane is a gentleman. He just sells it. He could charge a lot more for what he's selling, but he doesn't. It allowed someone that like me, that I don't have a lot of extra disposable income, but I was able to buy it. I really appreciated that. I didn't have to buy the MXR. I bought the real version. I didn't buy a Jan Ray. I bought the real thing for way less money. But I love the Timmy, and I use it when I need a little bit of sparkle. So everything off. Oh, my power is doing its funny thing, so I'm going to turn everything off real quick. Don't need the flanger on. So I have a different bass tone now at this point because something's weird happening, but oh, it just gives this sheen, this I think it's almost just overtones because it's so close to the, you can barely tell the difference, but when you lay in, I can feel it more than I think you can hear it. It's a little thinner. There's just not as much. You can hear it there. But it just makes everything a little bit nicer, and I can pretty much use it all the time. And that's about all the gain that I put on it. And this is a pedal that I can leave on. It makes all the other pedals sound way better. Not way better, but it just gives them a little bit extra. Not much else to say about it. I do find that the volume control is way too sensitive. I mean, blow on that thing and it's out of whack. But it sounds very neutral to me. It's got a lot of good control with the bass. You don't need too much treble. It just adds a little bit of extra niceness to the pedal. I run it on, pretty sure, asymmetrical, low gain. I don't know what all the other options are. This little toggle set to up, I don't know what that even does. I just read the instructions when I got it and set it up, and it sounded good, and I left it. I run it on 18 volts. So it'll take 18, I run it on 18. That's where I'm going to stop this one, since I've lost all my cameras but my GoPro. See you next time. Thanks.